Hello. So today I am absolutely just geeking out over gems. So what do you prefer? I've got these rose cut gems here, and I'll show you the faceted gems in a minute. I'm absolutely blown away by the faceted gems. They're so pretty. But these are the rose cut gems. So I've got peridot. Whoops. I've got peridot here. I do love how beautiful and like domed they are. I think these would be amazing set in like little maybe tube settings in a ring or a pendant. I was setting them in quite deep into some silver, and it kind of lost the, I don't know, the magic of these rose cut gems, because the bulk of the gem was kind of in the silver, so you didn't get that really cool sort of relief. So anyway, so this is peridot moonstone, white topaz, we've got some iolite, pink opal, garnet, ruby, green onyx, which I think is such a beautiful colour. You can see in this one, actually, you can see all the facets on the top. Just make it, I don't know, there's some kind of, it's like a vintagey sort of feel to him, and I absolutely love them. Green, citrine, turquoise, white topaz, and African amethyst here, which is just absolutely gorgeous. So the problem that I was having was this aquamarine here. When it was set in silver, it kind of lost a lot of its colour, because of the way it's faceted. I think it doesn't really reflect as much as obviously a normal faceted stone reflects. So I wanted to make sure that when I do set stones actually into, so I'm doing these little, I'm doing these little like square pendants, and they were losing their colour a little bit. Let me just, here we go. So these are actually little round stones that I was setting. So you can actually see, oops, that looks a bit yellow. That's weird. Doesn't look like that in reality. It's a bit strange. I think it's the colour correction on the lens. But in reality, the colour of this little aquamarine in here is kind of lost a bit. So I'm not going to do this style. I was just kind of practicing bead setting and just different, like ways of actually setting pendants on chains. So what I wanted to do was I wanted to get some faceted stones just to compare them really. And here we go. So there is a big difference. So this is a white topaz. So we've got this here would be the equivalent. So there is a lot more like flash, I guess is the word, I don't know, sparkle, than obviously a rose cut. So I think they've both got beautiful qualities, both ways of cutting the stones, but I think for different purposes. I want these little pendants to have a real, as much colour as possible, and obviously sparkle as possible. So I'll just show you the rest of these actual faceted gems. So we've got a white topaz there. I've not taken them at the packet yet. I've just been admiring them. They're so lovely. This is a new one that I got, which was a carnelian. Just the colour, it just absolutely brings the colour out just so beautifully. I'm so chuffed. This is probably my favourite one. This is a London blue topaz. Actually, there we go. That was the bottom of them. So that, oh, I just love that. I love that so much. So obviously we've got a aquamarine there, sort of the blue stones. So we've got a really deep, gorgeous blue colour there. That's a London blue. And I'll just show you we've got the Swiss, there we go, we've got the Swiss blue topaz. So instead of I don't think I got an aquamarine. Let's have a look. No. So I basically went for the topazes, because I wanted it to be a really beautiful blue. So I've gone for a more vibrant blue there with the Swiss blue topaz. So yeah, so that's that. Oh yeah, here we go. Here's a like for like as well. We've got another African amethyst. So, and that's the colour there. Obviously, I think the more subtle colours are absolutely stunning. I don't dislike these at all. I think these little rose cuts are gorgeous, but I think they need to be put in the right setting and sort of shown off to the best that you can. And I think in a tube setting, so you can show off as much of the stone, of you know, the dome as possible, because that's when you sort of catch the light and get the colour. But these ones, I'm going to try and flush set them. So actually set into silver, like deep into silver. I think these little faceted stones are going to be much better. But yeah, I'm so chuffed with these. The colour is absolutely beautiful. And I think this is not treated, so I believe, don't quote me on that, I think that's what it said on the Curious Gem website. Which, by the way, completely love the Curious Gem. Not obviously in any way affiliated, I'm absolutely in love with that company. They're just brilliant, and I've always had, like, I mean, I've got all of these stones from them as well. And the quality, even at this size, these teeny weeny sizes, are just stunning, and the colours are just beautiful. I thought I'd get these as well. This is kind of like, it looked more pink online. I mean, they are a very deepy pinky, kind of very deep pink colour, and I think they're absolutely stunning. That's rhodolite garnet. And I've got two more. Oh, here we go. So this is the rubies. So I've got little faceted rubies, and there's not much difference actually in the rose cut. No, that top one there, that's the one, because the other one's upside down. There isn't much difference in the colour with the rubies, because I think they're fairly opaque. Obviously, if you're going to get really high-end rubies, then they're going to be a lot more crystal clear, aren't they? But obviously for these, for what I'm going to use them for, I think that's absolutely fine. And there is a really pretty deep reddish pink colour, so they should look beautiful. And these are the peridots, which are just so glittery and lovely. I love that. I love peridot. So there we go. And I didn't have moonstones actually. I do have some faceted moonstones. I have actually some domed moonstones. I think that's what that is. I think that's probably going to work best, because you get more of the flash, I think. So there we go. That's my little gem haul from the Curious Gem. Just the differences between the two types of gems that I've found. So we've got rose cut at the bottom, and we've got the faceted at the top. And I think they're both beautiful in their own right, and I think they both can be used in some really beautiful ways. And I can't wait to get setting these into some really cool jewellery. So there we go. Thanks guys. I just thought I'd share my little jewellery journey with you. Learning every day, and yeah, absolutely loving all of this. All right guys, see you soon.